everyone, I am Dr. Sayani, Assistant Professor of Biology, BSH. Today we will discuss about the stem cells. This chapter is actually for the biology for engineers course in the AAA department 3rd semester students. The paper code is BS 301. So we have to understand what stem cell is. Cell is a basic unit of life, and stem cells are the particular body's unspecialized cells. No, means it is not cells or any cells in the kidney or any cells in a particular organ. There are specialized cells. But before going to any specialization, the stem cells are mainly in unspecialized form. So these are the body's unspecialized cells passing two fundamental abilities that make them very unique among the all cell types. What are the individual mechanism abilities? First, they can self-renew, creating identical copies of themselves through the process known as cell division. And second, they can differentiate, transforming into a particular specialized cells. So first one, their particular mechanism is self-renewal, divide to create identical copies, means same types copies, and then differentiation, transform into the specialized cells. You can see that this is from the stem cells, the specialized cells become more different types of cells, like blood cells, nerve cells, cardiac cells, liver cells, muscle cells, etc. Types of stem cells. So stem cells exist in three different forms. One is known as totipotent cells, means from a particular cells and complete organism can be formed. This process is known as totipotency, and the cells are known as totipotent cells. So the fertilized zygote cells, first division is a particular embryonic cells are the totipotent. Some embryonic cells are the totipotent cells. All the plant cells are totipotent. You can isolate any part of the plant plant cell and grow the entire plant. This is known as totipotent cells. And then the pluripotent cells. These cells can become any cell type in the body. Over 200 or more than 200 different types, but cannot form a complete organism. They can become any cell type, but it cannot be formed a whole organism. And last one is a multipotent cells, the adult stem cells with more limited but still impressive potential can form multiple related cell types within a tissue system, like bone marrow stem cells, for instance, generate all the cell types. So related to the cell types. These are the totipotent cells, these are the pluripotent cells, and these are known as the blastocytes. And these are multipotent cells, multiple, particular, oligopotent cells, single, oligo means single, unipotent cells, it also means single. So embryonic stem cells actually embryonic stem cells represent the standard for the cellular plasticity. They derive from the inner cell mass of blastocytes. So these are the sperm, and these are the eggs, which is actually fertilized in the female body. Then these are the fertilized cells, and development after one week after 1 week, this like structure is called as embryo. This forms, and this is called as blastocytes. You can say this is the blastocytes, and these are the actually embryonic cells. So these are, if you collect these cells, this is known as the embryonic stem cells. So you can say cell types, there are more than 200 types of cells. It was developed in 1998, and the days old is 3 to 5 around, ages of any. Adult stem cells. The adult stem cells, while embryonic stem cells capture the headline, adult stem cells have been actually performing the maintenance and repair duties throughout our bodies for our entire life. So the hematopoietic stem cells located in the bone marrow, hem means blood. These cells generate all the blood types like RBCs, that carry oxygen, white WBC that fight for the infections, and platelets that enables the clotting. Then mesenchymal cell of stem cells found it is also found in bone marrow and fat tissue, and the umbilical cord. These versatile cells can differentiate into bone, cartilage, fat cells, or muscles. And the neural stem cells, it is specifically for the brain regions, and these cells generate the neurons supporting the glial cells throughout the life. Their discovery challenge the long-held belief that the adult brain cannot produce the new neurons. Induced pluripotent stem cell. It is actually an artificial cells. It is extract human cells. First, typically the skin or blood cells from the patient. Then induce programming factors. 4 key genes reset particularly cellular identity. So it is generated in the lab artificially. Then generates the iPSCs. Cells revert to the embryonic-like state and then differentiate as needed. Then differentiation means one cell to multiple occurs. In 2006, Japanese researcher Shinya Yamanaka achieved the Nobel Prize for the discoveries of these iPSCs, means induced pluripotent stem cells. Why stem cells matters for medical applications? For bone marrow transplant, you know what is bone marrow transplant? It is required mainly for the cancer, lymphoma, leukemia types of cancer. For that also, the stem cells research is required. Experimental treatments of any genetic disease like Parkinson's disease, type 1 diabetes, also the spinal cord injuries and the heart defects, also stem cell therapies can be used. Then for the drug development, for specific drug, human to human changes carried out. So that we all have different variations. So the drug response also will be different for all the humans. So for particular drug development also stem cells therapies stem cells research carried out. Challenges and ethical consideration. Just because it's mainly stem cells are animal cells, so ethical considerations should be actually followed. Despite a remarkable progress, the significant technical challenges remain before the stem cells, like genetic stability is one constant. Sometimes the cells cannot be stable, and the cells grow extensively in the laboratory can accumulate mutation, means variation can also be occurred. Mutation means genetic changes can also be occurred for production of artificially of the stem cells. Immunorejection means if particular stem cell or bone marrow transplant carried out, then the cells actually immunorejection means cells rejects and the foreign materials particles actually treated as antigen. For that, for the antigen, the defense mechanism is actually generated. So this is called immunorejection. It possesses a persistence problem for the treatments using the embryonic stem cells. Means for another embryonic cells, if from another person transferred to another person, there is a immunorejection can take place. Also there is concept about reproductive cloning. For reproductive cloning and the combination of human biological materials with further complexity to regulatory framework. So it's the ethical consideration actually varies from country to another country. So the future of stem cell sciences, precision gene therapy means targeting gene or modifying any genes, like CRISPR-Cas9 is a technique used for genetic changes, or CRISPR-Cas9, there are different types of changes actually required for genetic changes or genetic modification. The organoids and tissue engineering for any particular regenerative medicine in pharmacogenetics, actually the stem cells are required. So, thank you so much for listening. Complete. কালকে একটু ভিডিওগুলো আপনার কাছে নিয়ে নেওয়া যাবে?